Hi, my name is Nunziata, and I'm a New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film, and I'm also a proud Phoenix Global Artist Ambassador. Today, I am so excited to be speaking with the acclaimed and world-renowned guitarist and vocalist and head of the Other Than Boston band. He combines soul, hip-hop, R&B, jazz, world, and funk seamlessly. His name, Marquis. For more on Marquis, you can read more about him right below this video. But in the meantime, here's a sneak peek at the amazing talent of Marquis. Well, hello, Marquis. How are you?
Good, and yourself?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'm so excited that the audience got to take a little sneak peek at your original song, Turn Me Loose. Where did you come up with the concept for that song?
So I came up with the concept for that song when I was kind of in a funk. I was caught between, I grew up in the church circuit, which can kind of be very judgmental about experimenting outside of that genre when you're playing. So I just kind of wrote that song. I actually didn't write it. I just sung it at a rehearsal. And I was just like, it was just how I was feeling at the moment. Just like, I got to get up. Somebody just turn me loose. Like, please, I have so much music that it's inside of me. Like, I got to get it out.
Well, Marquis, I definitely felt that release. And, I love the fact that you said that you didn't even write it. I love the fact that you as an artist, it's evident in all of your stuff. And I really hope people take a look at your bio below and all of the links and websites because, with your band, the other band, Boston, I love that you unapologetically combine and fuse soul, hip hop, R&B, jazz, world, but it's your sound. And, with your song, Turn Me Loose and all of the other ones that I've gotten to take a listen to, there is this unapologetic release. And, I think about all of the young Marquises out there now looking up to you, saying it's okay to be you despite any sort of noise you may have, whether it is from your family, your church, your upbringing. I'm curious to know what you feel about that. And I'm sure you've had kids reach out to you and say that they've been inspired.
Yes. I'm always telling people there's only one you. You kind of never know your contribution to this world. So the best thing you can do for this world is be yourself. Even if the folks around you don't understand, it might not be for them. Your dreams could be so much bigger than where you are right now. So I always tell people, just go for it. Seeing people living in their own light is what inspires me. So I know that inspires other people. So sometimes don't focus on the people that are around you, no matter their influence. It can be, like we said, your pastor, your mom, your dad, but you got to let your light shine.
It's amazing, Marquis. I want you in my back pocket when I'm having these low moments. I'm sure you've been told you'd give a great TED talk because I can feel from you, even in your music and just getting to witness you now, my favorite quote that I read every morning before I really start my day, the Maya Angelou quote, people aren't going to remember what you did. They're going to remember how you made them feel. And I feel that with you. And I'm curious to know, with the music that you put out there with the other band, Boston, the emotional takeaway that you've been hearing from fans and also what you want to continue to put out there.
I definitely want to. So I always feel like there's two like lanes as an artist. There's people who create a whole nother image for themselves, and those people who are unapologetically themselves. So I definitely want to stay in that lane and inspiring people to live their truth and to be unapologetic about it. So the next couple of projects that I'm working on now is me taking a lot more chances musically that I normally wouldn't take, just to people. It's okay to be uncomfortable. It's okay to grow. It's okay. I'm more so interested now in capturing the process of growth rather than perfection.
Oh, I love it. I just got a chill. One of my sayings as a director, I'll say I stole it from you, Marquise. But I love that there's perfection in the imperfection, and it's when we dig down and deal with the mess and the dis-ease, we find ease. And I think about, this past year for all artists, including myself, and I'm sure we were thrown a curveball, right? And what a beautiful time that we all had to look within to really investigate the superfluous to get to our bliss in next steps. What was this time like for you?
This time was very reflective. I got to spend a lot of time with self. I got to reevaluate my priorities in my life. A lot of times, when you're gigging or working, you don't really get to focus on the basics. Like, okay, well, let me sit down with the metronome. The things that brought me joy and why I love music kind of got resurfaced to the front of my mind when the whole job security thing kind of went out the window. It's just like, okay, well, why am I doing this? So it was very beneficial, tough at times to like lock down and kind of revisit the basics.
It's interesting you mentioned that. I speak with a lot of artists, and even within myself, you're talking about investigating and going back to the basics. It's also like going back to the little kid inside, right? Because when we gig, it's a constant wheel. It's like while we're even doing the gig, we're thinking about how am I going to get to the next one? And it's really forced us to look within, who is that little kid that before money was an issue, that just loved to play in the sandbox? And I get that essence from you, Marquise. And I know that not only your fans obviously do, but I'm excited for you in this opportunity with FENIX, that not only is going to provide you with the income artists deserve when you get to on this platform sell your music and your art, but also the connections that you're going to be making with other potential collaborators outside of the United States, especially in the East, where I know in my research, in my knowledge of world music, your music is transcendent. It's got a universal quality that I'm just excited about those potential collaborations, and I'm curious, what you think about all that.
That's one of the main reasons I love doing music, to collaborate, learn from other people. I have another personal dreams outside of being an artist to being a producer. So collaborations are the best way of learning. I live for collaborations. Almost more excited about collaborating than I am about doing my own music.
It's so funny. You took the words right out of my mouth, Marquise. I mean, I was very fortunate for 25 years to have a professional singing career, and I loved it. My dreams came true. It's beautiful, but I remember just even being like a 10-year-old on my first professional gig being like, I want to be at 30,000 feet giving notes to these kids around me in the recording booth singing this jingle, because I think I can get the best out of them. And so I get that vibe from you, that kind of that vessel vibe, that it's not just about you, that there's a legacy, even as young as both of us are. I'm sure you're far younger than me, God bless. But, I get that vibe from you. There's a spiritual essence to you. There's a real true understanding that you've been granted a gift and it's time to give it away. I can speak with you forever about all this. And I'm sorry, I'm like rambling. I'm just so intrigued and excited that I got to meet you and talk with you about how I feel after seeing your stuff. And I just want to, have you have the final word. The emotional takeaway, we talked a little bit about, but for, the upcoming projects you have coming out where you're going to be taking those risks, without giving too much away, I'm curious to know what your next goal in terms of what your next emotional takeaway you want people to walk away with from your stuff.
Yeah, the next projects, like I always said before, I'm going to be a little bit more vulnerable, taking a little bit more risk, pushing a lot more collaborations. I want people to take away that, like we said, it's okay to be yourself. It's okay to not be perfect. It's okay to be yourself. There's only one you, and be that to the fullest, and kind of roll the dice from there. And I feel like that's my message kind of going forward, or at least at this time in my life. I know the pandemic, everything has been kind of down, everything kind of sour. You turn on social media, you turn on the news, everything is kind of really down, really bad news. So I want to kind of use my platform and my gift to kind of show people that it's okay, number one, to be yourself, to be different, but it's also okay to be different, to we can collaborate with other people who also have other difference and create these things that are beautiful, beautiful masterpieces. But it only can work if we work with people outside of our comfort zone.
Absolutely. I mean, now more than ever, right? I mean, you know, I think about social media, you know, we're all stuck in our timelines, literally and figuratively, and it's always about the other. And if there's a time now more than ever when I think about having a musician, an artist, a creator like you, to be able to show, not tell, but like not preach, but to show through your music the beauty of the difference coming together as one, a conversation instead of a talking at or a fight. I'm thrilled for you, and I just know that, you know, now more than ever, not only the country, but the world's gonna need your voice. So that's amazing that you have the tenacity and the courage and the wherewithal to step up to the plate and be like, no, this is my bliss, but I'm also gonna give it away to try and do some good here. And it's amazing and it's admirable, Marquis, really.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, it was really good talking with you, and I can't wait to talk soon.
Yes, we'll do.
Thank you.
All right, you enjoy your day.
You too, bye.
In the digital age, artists and bands struggle to make a living. In fact, only a small number of artists can live off their craft. For the 98% of artists that don't have the luxury of being signed to a label, it's tough. But artists deserve to live off their art. Wherever you are around the world, appreciation of music does not change. FENIX brings bands and their fans together, whilst allowing bands to properly monetize their passion. The FENIX app will directly connect bands and fans with no need for middlemen. We're utilizing the blockchain to give the power back to the artist once and for all. Join FENIX, join the change.